In 1986, Gilda was diagnosed with rheumatic fever, which caused severe inflammation, especially in her heart, blood vessels, and joints, leaving them sensitive and painful. With no idea of what was coming, 2 years later, she received a medical report stating that she would need to have her left leg amputated. Despite the shock, she accepted the condition, and during surgery, after receiving anesthesia, she had a seizure and saw her heart stop on the monitor. What she didn't know was that she was having a near-death experience. But what she saw on the other side was an even bigger surprise. Hello, I'm Marcus, and it's a pleasure to have you here at Beyond the Life We Live. I hope you feel at home and absorb the lesson from the story we're about to share. By the way, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as it's very important to us and helps bring more impactful stories to you. One Gilda shared that she had never had health issues until 1986, when she began to experience fever and general discomfort. She was diagnosed with rheumatic fever and over time developed a serious issue in her left knee that caused extreme pain and infection. After many appointments, a doctor recommended amputation, which she considered accepting due to the intensity of the pain and the lack of effective treatments at the time. A year later, she went to the hospital, where a doctor decided to make every effort to avoid the amputation. However, the disease was progressing quickly, and Gilda lived through days where she could walk, and others where she was stuck in bed. The pain was so intense that she couldn't perform basic tasks or even take care of the house. The situation left her exhausted, with constant fatigue and pain that wouldn't let up. She often had to drain pus from her knee due to severe deterioration. Because of that, the doctor chose to attempt a surgery to resolve the issue, and Gilda was admitted, hopeful that everything would work out. She was aware of the risks, but she felt calm. In the operating room, she was greeted by a kind medical team. The anesthesiologist administered the anesthesia, and as soon as the injection went in, Gilda felt a sharp pain, followed by a strange sensation, as if her head were inflating. Then she began to convulse. She saw her heart stop on the monitor and heard the continuous sound that indicated cardiac arrest. That's when her NDE began. She found herself floating above the scene, watching a second medical team rush in, trying to resuscitate her with a defibrillator, while a doctor kept calling her name, begging her to come back. During this experience, she saw everything happening at once in multiple places, all without feeling her body, and strangely, she didn't want to return. She didn't feel any negative emotions, just a deep peace, and she noticed the anesthesiologist was shaken, being comforted by another doctor while a woman monitored her heartbeat and breathing. Then she felt like she was walking through the hospital without touching the ground, passing through walls and rooms in total silence. Feeling an overwhelming peace, she saw her boyfriend, now her husband, in her room, standing near the bed. She noticed he was hiding a chocolate bar in the drawer. She also saw her mother talking to the doctor, looking very sad. At the same time, Gilda felt she was in a higher place, sensing the presence of something wonderful that moved her deeply. She says she couldn't see the face of the presence she encountered, but she saw its hands and noticed they were made of light. From them, a feeling of peace and love radiated, but not exactly that. She says it was like a sensation that reminded her of peace and love, but it was something that doesn't exist and has never existed on Earth. The hand then pointed toward Gilda's body, but she resisted going back. That's when the presence said something, and although she doesn't remember what it was, she agreed and said yes. That moment stayed with her. Then she began to feel as if she were falling from a great height. That fall was what brought her back into her body. Weeks later, after leaving the hospital and returning home, Gilda had trouble sleeping, feeling that what she had witnessed meant she had actually died. But she was afraid to talk about these experiences because she feared people would think she was crazy. But she's certain it really happened because when she got back to her room, the first thing she did was take the chocolate her boyfriend had left in the drawer, something she couldn't have known if it had just been a hallucination. Later on, during an appointment, doctors confirmed that a report showed she couldn't receive certain types of anesthesia due to an allergy. And because of that, she went into cardiac arrest and was gone for a few minutes during the surgery. This information, while dramatic, brought her a huge sense of relief because it confirmed that she wasn't crazy and that her experience was completely real.